As I was leaving the east end of Georgetown and rolling down towards Silver Creek Valley in Norval, I contemplated the ride ahead of me for the day. I would be alone for about the first 20 kilometers of the estimated 115 for the day, until I met 5 friends in Brampton along the way. I would be meeting Lisa, Cindy, Alina, Dale, and David at the intersections of Torbram Road and Clark Boulevard in Brampton, before we ventured on to Scarborough together. We are sometimes a group of rebels with a cause. Collectively, in general, we are volunteer advocates for safer, active transportation infrastructure, for the progress and betterment of society as a whole. Our far-ranging adventures by bike provides us with valuable insight and experiences that we can sometimes bring back and use to haggle with Brampton City Council and staff. We meet with them through various doorways via Bike Brampton or the City of Brampton Active Transportation Advisory Committee. Eventually, the ride would end in Toronto. We would all be taking the GO train back to Brampton and getting off at various stations. My station stop would be the last, and I would then have an additional 10 kilometers to travel to Georgetown. My last leg would be by bus after transferring from the out-of-service train the station of Mount Pleasant. Lisa had been considering a ride to explore the Meadowway Trail, a route along a hydropower line right-of-way in the east end of the Greater Toronto Area. In the days leading up to our ride, another large group of about 75 cyclists in the more immediate area rode the Meadowway Trail, and Lisa took notes from various media formats posted publicly on social media by others. She then planned our group ride. In addition to this video of our ride, I will also post links in the comment section below to a Toronto bike blog by Robert Zajkowski, in which he shares the experiences of the 75-strong group. Blog also has many still photos of the event. Most rides are embedded with a variety of experiences, almost always saturated with good, but sometimes bad or even ugly. As always, the good needs no introduction or explanation. It is the overall experience of discovery while getting outdoors and living life with like-minded friends. The bad and ugly often, but not always, revolves around inconsiderate, selfish, careless, or impatient drivers of motor vehicles. Unfortunately, there was a very ugly incident involving one of us and a dump truck on Eglinton Avenue in the east end of Toronto during this ride. It was captured on video, as you will see later in this presentation. On this day, my traveling companions range in age from 58 to 71. The youngest is 58, then there's me at 62, and the other 4 between 65 to 71. We all rode at least 100 kilometers on this day. None of us have a tendency of sitting on a couch at home for very long before the desire to live life sets in and off we go again.
Up at dawn the wind is calling, sunrise glow, our spirits soaring. No more waiting, no more yawning. Life begins today, we're roaring. Tires spin, the road is stretching. Freedom found in every mile. Heartbeats quick and never resting. Ride away with a rebel smile. We escape from the ordinary. Pedal hard into the light. Laughing loud, we feel so airy. Elders with the spirit of a sprite. Memories in the passing fields. Corners turn, new sights ahead. Future future bright, the moment yields. Adventures rise, no fear, no dread. Silver hair in the wind flutters, wrinkles deep yet eyes shine bright. Joints may creak but nothing stutters. Light soul fire burns hot with might. We escape from the ordinary, pedal hard into the light. Laughing loud, we feel so airy, elders with the spirit of a sprite.
Here we are approaching the area of the soon-to-be in-service Finch West LRT. The Finch Light Rail Transit Project is a major initiative aimed at enhancing public transportation in Toronto's northwest regions. It is overseen by Metrolinx in partnership with Infrastructure Ontario and the Toronto Transit Commission. It is an 11-kilometer light rail line designed to provide reliable and efficient transit service along Finch Avenue West, featuring 18 stops that connect the Finch West subway station on the Yonge University line to Humber College North Campus. It will serve neighborhoods such as Jane and Finch, Emery Village, and Rexdale. The route includes both at-grade and elevated sections. Construction began in 2019, with an expected completion and operational start in 2024. Despite some delays, the project aims to improve transit access in a region with limited rapid transit options, reduce congestion along the busy Finch Avenue West corridor, and support the area's growth by offering sustainable transportation. Additionally, the LRT will contribute to environmental benefits by providing a green alternative to buses and cars. The project encompassed several stages, including detailed planning and design to determine route and station locations, as well as utility relocation to accommodate the LRT infrastructure, and the actual construction of tracks and stations. Following the nearly completed construction, extensive testing will ensure safe and efficient operation. We did see some testing in progress during this ride. Once operational, the Toronto Transit Commission will manage the LRT service, integrating it with the existing TTC network. The Finch LRT represents a significant investment in Toronto's transit infrastructure, promising to enhance service and support the city's growth and sustainability goals. The project includes several active transportation initiatives aimed at promoting walking and cycling along the corridor. These initiatives are designed to enhance the overall connectivity and accessibility of the area, making it safer and more convenient for pedestrians and cyclists. As part of the project, dedicated racetrack cycling lanes have been integrated along Finch Avenue West, providing a continuous and connected network for cyclists.
We start in Georgetown early day, pedal fast, no time to play. Urban streets, the buzz is loud, riding hard among the crowd. Through the city we push on, morning light just barely gone. Cars and noise we navigate, friends together can't be late. Ride the distance, feel the breeze, from the city to the trees. 150, see it through, with my friends and with you. Out of town and on the trail, quiet paths where thoughts prevail. Hide your eyes, they got away. We keep going, no delay. Stopping only just to breathe. In the moment we believe. Every climb and every turn, feel the breeze, from the city to the trees. 150, see it through, with my friends and with you. Out in town and on the trail, quiet paths where thoughts prevail. Hydro lines, they got our way, we keep going, no delay. We keep going, no delay, with my friends.
Here at the intersections of Sentinel Road and Murray-Ross Parkway, we encounter the recognizable structure that indicates we are on the Pan Am Path. However, we are still also on the Finch Hydro Corridor Recreation Trail until east of Bayview Avenue. There it merges into the East Don Parkland Trail. The transition point is along the Don River East Branch. We will ride that until Leslie Street and then head south to Lesmill Road to the Don Mills Trail. At some point, we will cross Leslie Street again to rejoin the trail system on Wilket Creek Trail. That will be ridden down to Eglinton to continue eastbound by city streets again. We want to check out the Eglinton Crosstown LRT and reportedly new cycling infrastructure. We will leave Eglinton at Sloane Avenue to then ride the Gatineau Corridor Recreation Trail to our destination in Scarborough. And if you are not yet confused by my narrative, I will add that it is also now known as the Meadow Way Trail, a renaturalization initiative. I will leave a link in the comments below to my Strava recording of the ride, which will make it much easier to decipher. Our group was very fortunate to have Lisa as our guide today. She is usually the ride leader on these types of rides. Lisa is a very skilled route planner and navigator and seldom gets confused, even in the most convoluted of off-road areas such as we are riding today. Ride with GPS is her preferred application for getting the job done. I agree that Ride with GPS is superior to Strava for planning and voice navigation cues.
and gentle and light. Laughter fills the air, riding without a care. Friends beside me smiling, road stretches for miles, talking about our dreams, rolling like a stream. Summer ride so free, with you next to me, midway point inside. Everything feels right. Feel the flowers sway, golden in the day, leading to our rest. This moment feels the best. Wheels keep spinning around on this friendly ground. Heartbeats set the pace in this perfect place. Summer ride so free, with you next to me, midway point inside. Everything feels right. Feel the flowers sway, golden in the day, leading to our rest. This moment feels the best. Wheels keep spinning around on this friendly ground. Heartbeats set the pace in this perfect place. Summer ride so free, with you next to me, midway point inside. Everything feels right.
This is Hendon Park, and we'll be stopping here for a short break to refill our water bottles. The temperature today is quite pleasant at only 23 degrees Celsius, and there is only a gentle breeze. I haven't been in need of much water as a result, and our riding pace is also moderate, which helps too. I tend to prefer rural rides more than urban ones. Constant stimulus of my senses can be exhausting at times. In urban expansive environments, there is almost always excessive noise and a constant need to be on high alert to what's unfolding around me. On the other hand, needed amenities are never far away in the city. Sometimes there can be long distances to ride in rural areas until we can get access to water, food, and washroom facilities. Riding these hydropower corridors provides a good balance of quiet, rural-like segments and easy access to needed urban amenities. I am enjoying the ride and company very much. We have reached Yonge Street and will be passing Finch subway station on our left as we make our way back onto a trail path shortly. We will be turning south a bit further on and onto the East Don Parkland Trail. From there, we'll have on-road segments on Leslie and Les Mills Streets. That will lead us to more off-road trails, the Don Mills Trail and then Wilket Creek Trail. From there, we will be riding on Eglinton Avenue East towards Scarborough. From what we have been told by people familiar with the area, there will be mostly cycling infrastructure for the balance of our ride. At the beginning of this video, I alluded to an ugly incident involving one of us and a dump truck. It happened along Eglinton while we were riding in bike lanes, as you will soon see. But before we get to that, here's an example of a courteous driver coming to a stop to let the last two of our group riders transition from the road and back onto the trail. However well-intentioned the driver was, these types of situations can cause uncertainty and sometimes dangerous situations. Experienced cyclists plan and time their maneuver with the assumption the driver will proceed with their right-of-way. Most cyclists are also car drivers, and the more disciplined among us do not treat our bike rides in traffic any differently than when we are driving motor vehicles. In this instance, the driver ceding the right-of-way for us was appreciated, and there was no danger. Coming up is the first hill on the ride that was too steep to ride up, for some of us. Apparently David and Lisa managed to ride to the top, but I was too far behind to see it for myself. It's an impressive feat for both, especially David at 71 years old. Portion of the climb in this clip is graded at 21%. The segment in Strava is aptly named Straight Up But Short and Sweet. It has been said that trying to guess a woman's age is a dangerous game. I wonder how much more dangerous it is to tell a woman's age if it's known. Directly in front of me is Dale. She's also 71 years old. She made it further up the climb than I did before getting off to push the rest of the way along with 3 others of our group. If you don't already know, Dale and David have been major forces behind cycling advocacy in Brampton for over a decade. Their most notable and honorable efforts are via Bike Brampton and its community activities. The annual Bike the Creek event is probably the better-known activity for which they are major forces. The 10th anniversary of the event was in June of this year, 2024.
They ride old bones, steel veins. Morning sun blazes, sweat paints their faces. Traffic screams, metal beasts dance around. Old hearts pound fierce, strength in their feet. Wheels spin, dreams of youth in the air. Wrinkles laugh at danger, live on dare. Cars honk, life brief moment flashes. Eyes focus, roads dangerous morass. Feels great thunder, never back down. Battle through chaos and cause they frown. Daytime warriors claim their streets. Sky's the limit in the rhythm of beats. Feelers wail, but they never blink. Road calls, they don't feel the brink. Their anthem sung by weary legs. Bold on pedals, let courage spread. Fearless brave thunder, never back down. Battle through chaos and cause they frown. Daytime warriors claim their streets. Sky's the limit in the rhythm of beats. Stars tell stories of battles won. They ride on chasing the setting sun. On Leslie they rain kings without crowns. Pounding pavements, silencing town. Feels great thunder, never back down. Battle through chaos and cause they frown. Daytime warriors claim their streets. Sky's the limit in the rhythm of beats. The rhythm of beats. The rhythm of beats. Sirens wail, but they never blink. Road calls, they don't fear the brink. Their anthem sung by weary legs. Bold on pedals, never blink. Road calls, they don't fear the brink. Their anthem sung by weary legs. Bold on pedals, let courage spread. Thoughts tell stories of battles won. They ride on chasing the setting sun. On Leslie, they reign kings without crown. Pounding pavement, silencing town.
After playing in traffic on Leslie Street, we were ready for another break. Once again, the ubiquitous Tim Hortons was the most convenient option and also had outdoor seating so we could keep eyes on our bikes. I always welcome breaks for coffee, my favorite beverage. From there, it was only a couple minutes ride down York Mills Road to reconnect with another trail. This time, it's the Don Mills Trail. It will take us south for a while before we turn eastbound again. The Don Mills Recreation Trail in Toronto is a scenic and popular pathway that offers residents and visitors a chance to enjoy the natural beauty of the city's Don Valley area. Stretching approximately 3.2 kilometers, the trail provides a peaceful escape from urban life, winding through lush greenery and along the Don River. It's a favorite spot for walkers, joggers, and cyclists, offering a mix of paved and gravel paths suitable for various activities. The trail is well maintained, with several access points and amenities, such as benches and informative signage about the local flora and fauna. Additionally, the Don Mills Recreation Trail connects to other trails in the city's extensive network, making it a key part of Toronto's green space and outdoor recreation offering. Whether you're looking for a place to exercise, relax, or simply enjoy nature, this trail provides a delightful retreat within the bustling city.
Wheels keep turning, sky above so blue. Heart is yearning, trail just for me and you. Trees are dancing, wind whispers through the leaves. Sunlight glancing down on our joyful sleeves. Ride the Don Mills Trail, feel the breeze set sail. Freedom in this tale, on our bikes we prevail. Laughter echoes past the city's hum. Joy in shadows, like kids we've just begun. Laughter echoes just begun. Ride the Dawn Mills Trail, feel the breeze set sail. Freedom in this tale, on our bikes we prevail. Ride the Dawn Mills Trail, feel the thrill. Every hill, a new adventure. Ride together, find our will. Toronto's heart, our true venture. At the Dawn Mills Trail, feel the thrill. Every hill, a new adventure. Ride together, find our will. Toronto's heart, our true venture.
The Eglinton Crosstown LRT in Toronto is a significant public transit project designed to improve east-west connectivity across the city. Stretching 19 kilometers with 25 stations, this light rail transit line runs along Eglinton Avenue, connecting Weston Road in the west to Kennedy Station in the east. The project has been highly anticipated as a means to alleviate traffic congestion and provide faster, more efficient transit options for Toronto's residents. However, the project has faced numerous delays and challenges since its inception. Originally slated for completion in 2020, various factors such as construction difficulties, changes in scope, and unforeseen technical issues have pushed the timeline back repeatedly. As of mid-2024, the project is still not complete, with the latest projections suggesting it may be operational by 2025. These delays have been a source of frustration for many Torontonians who eagerly await the benefits that the Eglinton Crosstown LRT promises to bring to the city's transit infrastructure. Coming up just ahead is the incident with the dump truck that I have previously alluded to. There is a lot more that could be said than what I am going to say. A police report has been filed with the Toronto Police Services, so I will not put forward speculative comments. Metro links, for which the work in the area is being performed along with a contractor, SNC Lavalin, have also been presented with notice of the incident. Before pointing out neglect of job site safety and reckless truck driver behavior, as will be plainly seen, I want to bring attention to a Government of Ontario publication. It is the Ontario Traffic Manual Book 7, Temporary Condition. No apparent safety procedures outlined in that publication, as it relates to bike lanes, were in place at the site of the incident. The related text is in Section 3.7.2 in the free downloadable PDF format. You want to explore the matter in more depth. The download page is the source URL seen in the graphic. So what happened? Well, as we were approaching the area, it was apparent that the right traffic lane was closed with pylon. The bike lane was not. Both ends were open, which is an explicit invitation to use it as normal. Why would a cyclist think otherwise, especially with no apparent construction activity in the environment and no obstacles within the area? Leading cyclist among us at the time, Lisa, proceeded as would be logical. Then suddenly, without warning and no right turning signal used, driver of the truck swerved hard and fast to enter into the middle of the coned-off area, entered into the bike lane, and almost crushed Lisa as she maneuvered to try to avoid being run over. As I maneuvered to the left of the truck, you can see the bike lane is also open on the far end past the truck too. Also note that the driver was in such a careless rush that you can see his front wheel is already turned toward the curb as he readied to back up in haste. Let's watch the clip over again in slow motion and magnified by 500%. It's more blurry, but the grave danger that was avoided was due to Lisa's experience and ability to get out of the way just in time. As a driver of various types of trucks for 10 years in Mississauga, Brampton, and Toronto, I would like to share my mindset of the area. If I had been driving that truck, I would have driven past the coned area, then pulled into the right lane and stopped. From there, I would have expected a flag person to remove a cone or two and marshal me to back into the traction power substation on the right. Upon surveying the maneuvering area as I approached it, I would have also noticed that the bike lane was not coned off, indicating it was an active lane, and I would have been on high alert to the possibility of cyclists approaching from behind me, and planned my maneuvering accordingly. I certainly would not have maneuvered in the fast, reckless, and unpredictable manner as seen exhibited by the driver of this truck. Incidents such as this are a regular occurrence. Governing bodies that oversee public road safety are not doing enough to ensure the well-being of vulnerable road users. I earlier introduced you to Dale and David. This would be a good opportunity to introduce viewers to Lisa, the woman almost killed by the careless truck driver. Like Dale and David, she is a longtime advocate for vulnerable road users in Brampton, Ontario. She is now serving on her third volunteer committee term. Committee members are appointed by elected City of Brampton councillors. The first 2 four-year terms were served under the Cycling Advisory Committee. This term, from 2022 to 2026, it has been renamed to the Active Transportation Advisory Committee to include advocacy for all vulnerable road users. Lisa's current role at this time is co-chair of the committee.
In Brampton Street she roams, Lisa's strength in silent tones, protecting those on 2 wheels. Every heart in town she heals. Tireless work she gives her days, never seeking any praise. For the cyclists she will fight, guiding them through darkest nights. Lisa's light, it shines so bright. In her hands the world feels right. She stands tall through every flight, hope and love her endless might. Simple words she often speaks, helping those who feel so weak. Leading through the wind and rain, with her calm they feel no pain. In her eyes a gentle spark, guiding through the cold and dark. For the vulnerable she pleads, every action sprouts from seeds. Lisa's light, it shines so bright. In her hands the world feels right. She stands tall through every fight, hope and love her endless might.
The Gatineau Corridor Recreation Trail in Toronto is a fantastic spot for anyone who loves cycling or just being outdoors. Stretching about 10 kilometers, this trail winds through Scarborough, giving you a peaceful escape from the city's hustle and bustle. Starting at Victoria Park Avenue and Eglinton Avenue East, it takes you through a green corridor filled with mature trees and colorful wildflowers. It's perfect for a relaxed bike ride, a jog, or even a nice walk. As you ride, you'll enjoy a mix of urban and natural scenery. The city's noise gradually fades, replaced by nature's harmonic sounds. You'll pass through parks like Ashtonby Reservoir Park and Wexford Park, great spots for a break, or just to enjoy the quiet. The trail runs under the Gatineau Hydro Corridor, giving it a unique vibe with the tall hydro towers overseeing the greenery. One of the best things about the Gatineau Corridor Recreation Trail is how well it connects to other trails and bike lanes. It's a key part of Toronto's cycling network, making it easy to get around whether you're commuting, out for a weekend ride, or just soaking up some sun. This trail offers a mix of beautiful scenery and urban convenience, making it a great example of Toronto's efforts to encourage biking and outdoor fun. In this production, I shined a spotlight on Dale, David, and a brighter one on Lisa. I honored her in song, as we almost lost her in the incident on Eglinton. I also want to take this opportunity to introduce Cindy and Alina. Collectively, the five of them, along with me, are 6 of the current 9 members of Brampton's Volunteer Active Transportation Advisory Committee. Alina has been a serving member for a long time, now in her 3rd 4-year term too until 2026. She is very active and lives the lifestyle she helps to encourage others to adopt. Alina is a year-round car-free bicycle commuter. Occasionally she shifts to public transit multimodal travel when it is the tool needed for a given occasion. She regularly speaks up in formal and informal meetings with City of Brampton staff and council on behalf of other vulnerable road users. I think she is 67 years old and not showing any desire to slow down. Cindy is now retired, but not really. Life begins at 65. She is the committee's newest member, climbing aboard for the 2022 to 2026 4-year appointment by City of Brampton Council. New members sometimes take a couple years to become familiar with formal procedures and etiquette, before they feel comfortable enough to voice their concerns or support the concerns of others. That was not the case with Cindy. She hit the city's council chamber running. She has shaken the apple tree and kicked over at least one cart during her delegations to City Council. She has had a direct impact on the acceleration of needed road work to address a serious road safety concern for cyclists and scooter riders in Brampton. So here you have this group of elderly people that are only elderly when analyzed under the magnifying glass of a calendar. We are all fit and live very active lifestyles. It's our passionate desire to share our life knowledge and experiences to transform Brampton into a livable city, which presently it is not. That bold statement is based on a Globe and Mail nationwide survey of the most livable communities in Canada. Brampton did not make the top 100, in spite of it being the 9th most populous municipality in Canada and the 3rd most populous city in the Greater Golden Horseshoe urban area, behind Toronto and Mississauga. That is according to the most recent census data from 2021. Change is much needed. At the elected officials level, Mayor Patrick Brown and Councillor Rowena Santos are the 2 greatest champions in helping to bring about the needed change. Among city-employed staff, we have a lot of hard-working supporters for our advocacy effort. Others need to put their self-serving interests aside and ease back on the interests of lobbyists to represent the interests of all citizens. Some of what I just said might be interpreted as a bit harsh, though I should add, it is my sole opinion. It is not a committee opinion and may or may not be the opinions of my committee traveling companions today. From this point, we still had about another 25 kilometers to go before reaching Union Station in Toronto. From there, we would take the GO commuter train back to Brampton. I need to wrap this production up because I don't want it to exceed an hour. I'll continue rolling a few clips from along the way as I share some closing thoughts. The ugly incident of this ride was the serious situation with the careless truck driver on Eglinton. Could have been worse. With the exception of David, as far as I know, all of us on this ride have had one or more crashes at some point, some more serious than others. Eventually, we heal and get back in the saddle and ride again. I can only speak for myself when I say I will not stop riding due to fear of what might happen. I have observed the same attitude in my friends too. Life without adventure isn't worth living, in my opinion. I'd rather take my chances playing in traffic on my bike than sitting on a couch, dying slowly a day at a time. So from here on we backtracked to Sloane Avenue, from which we had already ridden, then headed south for Union Station. My DJI Action 4 cam battery, the second one, ran out of charge before I made it to the final destination. I had hoped to get video of trekking through Union Station and embarking onto the train with our bikes. That will have to wait for our next adventure. I hope you will join me, virtually, and whichever friends du jour are along with me. If you enjoyed watching this one, please consider subscribing to my channel and selecting Get All Notifications for newly posted videos. If you watched to the end, please let me know in the comments below, and tell us about your experiences.
From Mimico's edge, wheels hit the road. Queensway whispers, tales yet untold. Lakeshore basks in the noon sun's glow. Through trails and streets we roll so slow. High Park's green, freedom's embrace. Along Bloor's curve, the city's pace. Path twists north towards Don River's grace. To Leslie's trails we find our place. Petals turn in sun and shadows play. From west to east we chase the days. Path twists north towards Don River's grace. To Leslie's trails we find our place. Petals turn in sun and shadows play. From west to east we chase the day. Wheels in motion, hearts on display. But we'll ride home on the GO train with Eglinton's home, life's highway song. Side streets quiet, those streets are long. Through the valleys where we belong. East York's whisper, streets in throng. Scarborough's edge, where the city thins. Kingston Road calls beneath our skins. Rouge Valley's breath, soft as violins. To the eastern cliffs where it all begins. Petals turn in sun and shadows play. From west to east we chase the days. Path twists north towards Don River's grace. To Leslie's trails we find our place. Petals turn in sun and shadows play. From west to east we chase the day. Wheels in motion, hearts on display.